Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every single week we choose a popular saying, take an admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while interesting, if we're lucky, educational dive into its meaning, its usage, its origins. But mostly we're going to use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark. Do you want your headphones on?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a thing.
Just in case we play something you need to hear.
Oh, so I am
and
skinny.
next to me is Skinny.
I'm excited. We got a new sponsor today, Fanta Zero.
Okay, so I thought
Have you had this yet?
Yes, I have. And the reason I wanted to wait till we were videoing is I found this drink. So it says nothing on the can or the box it came in. It just says Fanta Zero Sugar. It doesn't say what flavor it is, and it's got hashtag what the Fanta everywhere.
Oh no!
So it's a mystery flavor.
Okay.
And so
I've not had this.
I scanned the QR code on the side here, which takes you to a hint page. But until you've tried it, I don't want things to get too out of control here.
Okay.
But until you've tried it,
things are gonna
if you can guess the flavor. So I have my best guess. I'm not confirmed, but I have my best guess. If you don't know what it is, I'll give you the two hints that Fanta gave to this hashtag.
Okay,
what the Fanta?
I opened it up, and it is a greeny black.
It's
guessing
black. Yeah, it's like
Halloween
black.
flavored. It's like, oh, it is quite dark.
Yeah, it's almost black.
That,
we almost should have got a glass.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers color.
Yeah, it looks
here.
like black.
A pod
ooze.
going to come out? Here we go. I'm going to taste it. Let's see what's going on.
Tell me what you think.
I'm puzzled right away.
Yeah, it's good though.
It's good. I've got no idea what color are my teeth now. Just still a beautiful.
That'd be great if your teeth go black.
Yeah,
from this black.
It's like that's not
Fanta. It's got bats on it and spider webs.
So it's coming in. We're in the season.
Halloween is approaching.
Sometimes people just get a little nuts with their like lawn decorations and.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a decoration, and then there's like what some people do. I saw one the other day. I don't know if there's just a resurgence of like these like 15-foot tall like Halloween statues.
You're getting a little out of control here. You just like we weren't in the middle of a conversation about a mystery drink.
Oh, you want to go back to it?
Well, I've got two hints for you to help you guess the flavor.
So I thought it was like, okay. I'll play your game.
So do you have a guess at all, first of all?
Aspartame.
Probably.
That's the one that hits me straight away.
I'm looking. It's got to be.
I'm going to go with blue raspberry.
It's actually not aspartame.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Sucralose.
It's sucralose there. Sometimes I mix them up. I'm going to go with blue raspberry meets black cherry.
Okay, so I went to the hashtag what the Fanta site, and it gave these were the two hints. You had to click on a few things to get these projections, almost like a bat signal into the sky, into the Halloween sky. And the first one was the shape of Italy.
It tastes like a cannoli. It's pasta flavored.
It's pasta.
It tastes like the Pope.
And the second hint was vampire fangs with dripping.
So blood orange?
Pretty sure it's blood orange. That's the only thing I can come up with. And I looked up where do blood oranges grow? And it's Florida and California. Okay, then if you dig just slightly deeper, originated in Italy. So it's got to be blood orange.
Blood orange makes a lot of sense.
But they've made it black.
I guess it really hits me that fake sugar thing is kind of like the first thing that jumps out at me.
Right.
But sometimes some of these like flavors get pretty zany.
They do. And sorry, we can go back to what you were saying about Halloween. It is a Halloween drink. I'm sure it's a limited time.
This isn't even our Halloween episode.
No. Do we have one?
No.
Well, then it can be. Then it is.
Then it could be nice and early. We're like
it's like the stores. They put out all the Halloween stuff way before Halloween. By the time Halloween comes, there's nothing on the shelves. It's Christmas.
Stuff has gotten a little surprising.
Halloween Day, it's Christmas in the stores.
Yeah, the whole shopping before seasons thing has got a little nuts.
It is. You might say it's even, I don't know. What would you say?
It's getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand, I say.
Yeah, it's definitely. Was that projecting onto the back?
No, it didn't.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just part of the mystery.
Yeah, we got to guess that feature too.
Well, in terms of things getting out of hand, one thing it's like it's not like you celebrate Halloween, but we use Halloween. I don't like. I'm not fired up about. Oh, like Halloween's coming.
Right.
Oh, it's time to celebrate Halloween. But I do enjoy meeting the neighbors and all this sort of Halloween fun and.
But people
madness.
do get out of hand, which is the idiom today. People. I'm not familiar with that sound.
It's got to be plugged into the system somewhere.
I mean,
Are we getting a video call?
what could possibly be ringing?
There's something plugged into.
The only thing plugged in is this. There was a phone ringing sound in my computer, but nothing coming up on the screen.
It's beautiful. Maybe it's on another screen. I don't know, in the extended screen situation. Hey,
I don't know.
whatever.
Things are getting out of hand.
Things have gotten out of hand.
That was really weird.
So it's not like a celebrate, but the lawn ornaments this year, I think there's like a resurgence or a coming in of like 15-foot tall caricatures, like skeletons that move that are 15 feet tall,
Right.
big Draculas and this sort of thing.
Well, because COVID's over.
Yeah, that's done.
So, 15-foot monsters.
Yeah, just go right into monsters and handing out candy corn again, or handing out candy apples. Homemade.
I saw you munching on the candy corn just before we pressed record. Candy corn, what the Fanta, Halloween decorations. This is our episode.
Okay, let's just make it that way.
Yeah. Whatever we record
it's gotten out
next
of hand.
week, which probably would be closer to Halloween, we'll ignore it. Completely ignore the holiday.
It's
I'm not a fan of the I enjoy Halloween. And this is going to be the dumbest thing to say about Halloween.
Sure.
I like the costumes, I like the candy. I don't like the scary.
No, I could do without the scary.
Yeah.
And it's clearly not good for your health.
And I know that's the point for so many people. It's the moment to be
dressing
fun,
up
scary,
dressing up is fun.
but like I've seen like bodies and nooses hanging from people's houses.
Yeah, well, it's that time of year, I guess.
I guess.
Don't
like it.
Well,
I don't
it's
like
definitely
it.
it's not like good for people's like in health, because like if you can't have one mini chocolate bar, and you're like, oh, I will eat all the Kit Kats out of this.
I thought you were going to say I can't have one mini chocolate bar, and if I can't, nobody can.
So I'm going to eat all the mini Kit Kats out of this.
I've
And
been
so
buying
there's like
them. I've got the Halloween chocolate. Well, this
I don't open it up.
nobody visits this place on Halloween. Like nobody is walking
No.
and ringing this door. So we're not even home. We're out doing stuff and
Sure.
helping at big events and that kind of thing. But
the part that with the craziness in the world and targeting of people, it's not good on the American side, because it's just adding to like the obesity issue with kids and obesity, as if like Americans aren't big targets all over. Like this is really
big targets.
yeah, they're bigger
They're
targets.
getting bigger.
The bigger targets are getting even bigger now. It's gotten out of hand.
It's gotten out of hand. That's all.
You don't
that's
want to
all
be
we're saying.
pumping kids full of like a week's worth.
By the way, speaking of
months worth
Halloween,
of sugar.
that quote we did play was from Frozen.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I wish I could say it was Nightmare Before Christmas or something, but
I don't know if you actually have this clip, because I don't check anything regarding the play out, but I'm really hoping
you're opening.
I'm hoping that you have an Anchorman clip in there.
Oh, I don't. Does he say it?
Oh yeah. That was the one that immediately jumped
No
to mind.
way.
Do you remember that large scene from Anchorman when they're having like all the stations are having a big fight?
Yeah.
Okay,
like
so-
the with the Triton and everything.
Yeah, the trident. It's like, where did he get a trident?
Oh, Trident. What did I say? Triton.
And so like they're all having that massive fight, and then he says, "Well, that escalated quickly.
Oh, that escalated.
Things got right out of hand."
Is that what he says?
I think so. Yeah, check out some,
Right out. You got to get the quote exact.
Oh, then go escalated quickly.
Okay, let's see. We'll do that first. Escalated quickly.
It's got to be an escalated quickly. It's a classic Ron Burgundy deal. That escalated quickly.
It's either not. It's not easily found, or
I guarantee it's in YouTube. Yeah.
yeah. I didn't. I was looking different place. Okay.
Yeah, where stuff just goes like, oh man, it started off so small, and then it really took a
Got out of hand.
Really took a turn there. And so I think of examples of when that kind of stuff, when that stuff. There you go.
It's only 10 seconds. We should be
Boy.
in the clear.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
That's the quote. I can't believe I couldn't find
It
that.
did, didn't it?
That
There you
really
go.
got out of hand fast. He comes in, people are dying. Yeah, where did he get a trident? So situations that come to mind where things get out of hand. Escalation of lies.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one lie leads to the next, and so better to fall on the sword early and to escape the pit of lies from the
I think
father of
falling
lies.
on your sword is an idiom coming up soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll save.
Yeah.
I'll save what I just said.
I thought
for
you were
that.
right. I thought you were gonna say like something like a party, like you have a few friends over, and then they have a few friends over, and it's
Right.
like, oh, this guy's
That's the
getting
kind of
out
stuff
hand.
you hear on the news. There's a recent story. It happened about a month ago in a nearby area, Chilliwack, where some neighbors, a neighbor situation got out of hand with a dog that was peeing on the neighbor's
Electric fence.
on their grass, and the neighbor wasn't having it. Came over with a gun and killed them.
Killed the people? Or
Killed the
dog?
people. No, killed the people.
What?
Yeah, this was like a month ago.
Because of dog whiz?
Dog whizzed on the lawn. I guess he just had enough.
Wow.
Snapped. Yeah, that escalated quickly.
No kidding.
Yeah, these tragic things lies, situations, emotions cause stuff to get out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you're just so crazy invested in something that you just can't see a way forward. It gets out of hand.
I was thinking of alternative meanings that could come from the phrase, and do you remember the show? Was it just called Karate or just called Kung Fu? Maybe
Kung Fu, David Carradine.
David Garrett. Yeah,
Yeah, Kung Fu.
and he's like, "Grasshopper, grab this pebble from," and I was like, "That's getting out of hand." Like the whole purpose is to
Get it out of hand?
Get the pebble out of hand. I guess that's what trick or treating is. Get your candy out of other people's hands into your bag.
How did this become the Halloween episode?
I don't know.
No, zero planning.
It's the Fanta. It's the What the Fanta blood orange bat inspired.
So glad that they could be a
black
sponsor
drink.
today. That really worked out well.
Yeah, thank you, Fanta.
Yeah, so things, lies, intense emotions, things that just ramp up quickly. You got a story where things got out of hand faster than you thought they would?
I mean, not stories I haven't told before. Like I've told the story of being in Venezuela where there's basically a flash flood, and you're just like, oh, it's raining, and then it got out of hand. But that was the Lord Himself acting out His wrath upon Venezuela.
He gets crazy sometimes.
Other than that, like, yeah, I don't know. We've done some crazy things. Like I think of when we were driving around. You, me, and a friend of ours were driving around. This is a few years ago, and we literally driving aimlessly. What are we doing? And you're like, I know. And you pull into a 7-Eleven, and we buy 3 ice blocks, and we head to this very steep grassy hill. And in the middle of spring or summer, we are sledding down this hill on 12 inches by 12 inch ice block.
yeah.
And it's like, there's a few like almosts where it kind of knocked my teeth out, or it's like, it didn't quite get out of hand, but it escalated quickly.
Yeah,
okay,
stuff's
okay, if you could do that, let's try this. Can you do it standing? Go head first.
Well,
It's in the dark too, by the way.
doing it from like a seated position, and then have you ever tried it on your chest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see stars though.
Yeah, because
Like,
that's not a good thing.
Something goes bad in my head.
I did it, and then scorpion, where you're like,
What does that mean?
It's where your back feet
Oh,
come over,
oh,
arching
no.
over yourself because your face stalls out on the ground.
Yeah.
And your legs kick over like a scorpion. Yeah, it's actually called the scorpion.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a
that
classic
fall.
Rob Dyrdek. Oh,
No, I get the. Yeah, I know. I can picture all of that.
being scorpion.
Every time I go head first on my chest, and I usually have like another ice block at my ankles or something to kind of keep me off the ground. But then I get to the bottom and it's super fast. You're like, yeah, and I stand up and it's just like, we're seeing stars, and like head starts pounding and that kind of thing.
I had one gambling
Shopping
thing.
can get out of hand,
Yes, absolutely.
where you're just like, I just went to get some milk.
I had one gambling thing that went out of hand because I'm not a gambling person. I'm just too.
You let gambling get out of hand?
I one occasion where it got away on me.
Really?
Yeah, it was very bizarre. So I was playing a ping pong, which I'm well known for.
Oh, you are?
No,
Oh.
I'm a terrible ping pong player.
Okay.
But I like all sorts
that
of.
surprises me because
Okay, so it started off with we'll play 2 out of 3 games for $5.
you seem like the kind of guy that if you're going to get into ping pong, you're going to end up excelling and competing in China.
So I'm not quite at that level of things, but I'm not terrible either.
All right.
Like, so yeah, I have an ish of what's going on. Anyways, we're playing ping pong, and it was like one of those that we don't play into 21 or whatever it was, and you lose like 18 to 21, and you're like,
Right.
oh man, that was close. 2 out of 3 for $5. And it's like,
Double or nothing.
Double it up. Let's double it up. Let's just, I got to get my $5 back. That was pretty close. I think I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve. We can make this happen. $10. Oh man, this is ridiculous.
Double it up.
Let's double it up. Yeah, because I'm now I'm trying to get my money back.
Right.
Make my money back. And even thinking, $10.
And is it close at least, or are you getting slaughtered?
No, it's always close. And he's not amazingly better. In retrospect, I'm not sure if he was screwing with me.
Right.
Just
to keep it close?
Yeah. Anyways, in
Is
the
this
end,
somebody I know?
No. No, this is like in my foosball days. Anyways, in the end, I was down $80.
So that's not as bad as gambling you get.
But I'm a cheap person.
Right.
And so that's terrible. Just
did
giving
you pay
away.
up?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like it escalated, and you're just like, I can't really this.
Yeah.
Another kind of like I'm just not wired for this sort of thing. When it was like literally my honeymoon, and playing cribbage with my wife
On your honeymoon.
On my honeymoon, supposed to be like all romance
you call
and
it, eh?
love. Yeah.
Double or nothing.
Well, I wasn't pegging out. Let's say that. And so we're playing cribbage, and she wins. Like, oh yeah, it's like back and forth. She wins. I think she must have won like 11 in a row.
Yeah.
Where I'm just getting angry now.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it just but I can't stop. It's like, no, you it's not possible for. It's like it'd be the only thing that would help me out here is if I pulled out another 4. Oh, I got to the 4. You're like, just kill me now. It was, and so it was thing after thing. And of course, she's smart and strategic, and she kept winning and winning and winning till I got angry. So that was like, hey, happy honeymoon.
Yep. Things can get out of hand on your wedding night.
Yeah. So I have a compulsive nature that is like, just know myself. Just don't start.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just know yourself.
It's good to know that about yourself.
The legitimate children out there. If you've ever learned one thing, just know yourself.
And if you know anything about us, we have now stalled for 18 or 19 minutes. Getting out of hand is a common English idiom and suggests that something has gotten out of control. We are going to dip into origins in 1 second here, but first, I'm going to give you some choices of what the correct answer.
But it's been a while.
But I'm going to add an element, and I might keep this element ongoing. You ready for this? Because I usually say, I'm going to give you 3 choices. One of them is correct. So let me read these choices out. Number 1, getting out of hand comes from wild pitches in baseball.
Okay.
Like pitches gone crazy. Pitches gone wild. Number 2.
Just flying everywhere. Like where my pitch is at.
Yeah.
I understand.
Like if you're a catcher, you got 99 problems. Mm-hmm. Number 2.
Where the catcher's like, pitch, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. Definitely. Continue.
Runaway horses.
Okay.
Number 3. A lost child.
A lost child out of hand. You know what's got out of hand? Out of this is like inflation.
Seriously.
Inflation is out of hand.
So there was this weird dip in gas prices. Have you noticed?
That's my 5 cents on
Have
the
you
whole
noticed
thing.
this dip in gas prices?
Yeah.
Yeah, until today.
So it was crazy.
Wait.
Is it cheap?
Do you know when I needed gas?
Of course I do.
Today.
Okay, so
I couldn't believe it.
So we got baseball, We got
wild pitches in baseball, runaway horses, lost child, or here's the new element I'm adding to this game. Number 4, or none of the above.
Oh, that's for inflation. You've added a fourth.
That's right.
Fair enough.
The game is getting out of hand.
Well, that's my 5 cents on this whole subject. Let's go with I'm thinking it's old. It's older, so I'm going to go with horses.
You want to place a wager on it?
Probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't.
Now that I know you will pay up, it's in your nature to pay up. I thought maybe I'd throw that out there. Okay, well let's take a little deep dive and find out
I said
where
some
it came
words.
from.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origin.
I was hoping that little click and drag would cause it to show up on our screen behind us, but it didn't. But anyway, to answer your question of its origin story, this one was a little tricky because you could have said none of the above, because this is one of those ones where it's a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of guesswork.
Better not be baseball.
Getting Out of Hand is believed to have originated somewhere in the 16th century in Britain. Like most idioms, it doesn't really have a clear origin. It's unknown who first said it or even why. It's also unclear when it first appeared in print because it's just so generally used, or what its original meaning even was, because as we know, as we've discovered, often idioms or proverbs change their meaning over time. Words change. The public might lose interest, gain interest, change the way they use it, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the places, the go-to research sites for idioms were like unknown. However, I would say about 50% of them, if not more, claim that it does indeed come from losing control of a horse when riding a team, or a horse pulling a wagon. If the rider lets go of the reins, doesn't keep a firm grip, then can't control the horses. Hence, the horses will be out of hand, out of control.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so because it's so split down the middle, it's either unknown or horses. It's a good chance that you nailed the right answer.
Just had to go with the
and
oldest
it
one.
does make the most sense, like because you actually lose control of what you're controlling. But I guess that's true with almost anything. If you let go of the wheel of your car, if your steering wheel is out of hand,
It's gotten out of hand.
why'd you crash the car? It got out of hand.
Yeah, well, I think of things like sports. You've been struck by a wild pitch, or?
No, I've seen some doozies, but
Yeah.
I've been struck by a wild bat. That
Really?
sounds like the animal, but no, like I was back catcher.
Is this like your origin story?
Yeah. I was back catcher, and I caught the bat. And so the pitch came in, I threw it back, and the batter just took a practice swing.
No.
This is like, we're really young, like 7th grade or something. Practice swing, and did like a silly full round, like spun and clocked me on the back of the head. Just I didn't get knocked
explains
out, but
a
it
lot.
was, but it's the equivalent of eating paint chips as a kid.
That doesn't feel good. Wow. 360 into the back of a head.
Yeah.
Not where you're thinking the
Not even where I was wearing a back catcher's
right. It's
mask.
not even where you think the strike is coming from.
Yeah, exactly. I'll throw this in there just as a point of, not origins, but as a point of interest, is how opposite, well, it's actually not opposite, but how different the meaning is when you say, well, it's out of my hands now. Like, something that gets out of hand is unwillingly out of control. But when you say, well, it's out of my hands now, it's almost a relief. Like, that's not my thing anymore. Whatever happens to it, I am out of control, but I'm okay with it. So getting out of hand versus it's out of my hands.
There is a line with where things are getting out of hand where it's like, oh man, this is awesome. And then it's not.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that line, people dance on that line. It's like there's a moment, there's some exhilaration. There's
That's when the smart people leave.
There's the endorphins are running.
Yeah.
The dopamine hits. Yeah. That's not good. But right on the edge of that, it's pretty awesome.
That's when you get your camera out.
Yeah.
Right on the edge of that.
Just a second, let me get my camera.
Well, what do you say?
Well, we should probably jump into some before things get too out of hand.
That's what I'm thinking.
Let's do some Riddle Link.
All right, Riddle Link is a game we like to play. It takes a 2-part trivia-based question, requires a 2-part but overlapping answer, overlapping by words, syllables, words, sentences, paragraphs, entire novels, some form of overlap. So, for example, last week, which was our part 2 of our guns and ammo list of idioms, we left you with this one. I don't know if you've had time to think about this, but the thing you pull on your firearm is also irregular military actions carried out by small independent forces. Let me repeat
that
that
one more time.
The thing you pull on your firearm is also irregular military actions carried out by small independent forces.
I got nothing for you.
So the thing you pull on your firearm is your...
Well, there's the pump. We can do pump, trigger. Oh, because it was trigger finger. Was our...
Right. So it's trigger, and the irregular military actions by small independent forces is guerrilla warfare.
Oh, that is a toughie. I'm not getting that. I like it.
Triggerilla. Triggerilla. Sounds like something you'd smoke.
Triggerilla warfare?
Triggerilla warfare. That's how you play Riddle Link. The correct answer is not trigger. The correct answer is not guerrilla warfare. The correct answer is trigger gorilla. Nope. Triggerilla warfare.
Careful. Okay, I've got a couple prepared.
I've got 2 as well.
Okay, let me jump in here with something juicy. Something juicy to get things going. That escalated quickly. Those bumps and rash on your appendages, butt, and groin.
Wow, say that again.
That escalated quickly. Those bumps, rashes on your appendages, butt, and groin.
Really?
That escalated quickly. Illegitimate children.
Getting out of hand. They got out of hand. Bumps on your groin and...
Yeah, and rash.
Hand.
It's a bumpy rash.
And hand. I don't know.
Get out of hand.
Nope.
Foot.
And mouth disease?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like crabs. Couldn't get like that kind of word.
Because it had the word groin in it?
I guess.
Oh, maybe.
I guess.
I shouldn't have put... Yeah, but it's...
Okay, here's one for you.
These moist areas kind of in and around your mouth, your palms, your feet.
Your groin.
Your groin, your booty crack. Yeah.
All right, here's one.
But
if you have lost control, you may say things... Sorry. If you have lost control, you may say things are this 80s Sony video recorder.
Okay.
If you have lost control, you may say things are this 80s Sony video recorder.
That is God out of handyman or handy man Walkman, handy.
Simpler. Video recorder.
Handycam.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I was thinking that handyman Walkman thing.
Getting out of handycam.
Getting out of handycam. Perfect. Okay, I got another one here. A little tight one, but you got to know it's got a little reference.
Sony kind of owned that era, hey? Because if you had a Walkman, that was a Sony product. But if you had any portable thing, you kind of called it a Walkman. And same with the video cameras. Handycam was trademark name, but if you had any portable video camera, you probably called it I'll get my Handycam.
Right.
They kind of owned that era for naming things. It's kind of like Kleenex.
Yeah, FaceTime me. I can't FaceTime you. I don't have an
Google
Apple phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like a video chat. FaceTime me. I don't have FaceTime.
But do you say it, though?
No, I don't say it because it irritates me.
Oh, because it irritates you. Yeah, I definitely say it. Like, my daughter FaceTimed me, but it's just Facebook Messenger.
Okay, here's another one. Okay, illegitimate children.
Okay, go.
Kevin Flynn got digitized into a computer world with Anchorman.
Oh.
Kevin Flynn got digitized into a computer world with the Anchorman.
That's got to be Tron Burgundy.
That's what it is.
That's great.
Really tight. Only one letter on the extra overlap, but I'm like, he'll get it.
Good thing you brought Ron Burgundy into this.
Yeah. It's like there was method to
my
madness.
You planned it.
Yeah.
Well, we have one more, but we're going to leave it dangling out there for everyone to play along because we haven't quite finished producing the at-home board game of this.
Right.
So tell people how they can play.
The legitimate children, we'd love to hear from you on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us the villageidiompodcast at gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the X at 3 Minutes Gone.
I like it. That's the first time you haven't gone formally known as
X.
All right, here it is. We're losing control with this Campbell soup painting fool.
Nice.
Fool is just for fun.
Yeah.
We're losing control with this Campbell soup painting fool.
And that is 3 minutes gone.
You got that one.
It's fun.
It is fun. It was fun putting this together.
Hope you enjoyed it. Get back to doing what you're doing. Don't just sit around listening to this podcast.
No, I hope something gets out of hand for you today.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Let us know what got out of hand for you recently.
That would be really great. We'll share it.
Yeah.
We'll share it on the pod. Okay, I'm Skinny.
I'm Jurassic Mark.
And these are the Village Idioms.
It's getting out of hand.
That's 3 minutes gone.